we would give him rides to work. He would ride to work with us. And guess what? It worked out for all of us because nobody would bother my mother, and we'd all get to work on time.
Oh, wow.
And the guy was the head chef. So he'd always feed us really good. He loved cooking for my brother and I because we'd be so hungry from surfing. and it was we wanted to go to work because it was his name was Homer Jones. It's he's going to buff us out with some really homemade lasagna or something. It's going to be killer. And we just, even my
Sounds
cousin.
delicious.
Yeah, it was awesome. I don't, they were good times, really. Even though we struggled financially, my mom was very supportive. And she did, she helped me get to Australia the first time. She took out a loan, and actually that small town, the guy's name was Don Pileggi, and he was on the head of the Rotary. I don't know if it was called Rotary Club back then or not, but they did a little fundraiser, and she had to pay part. We had to pay part of it back, but that got me to Australia, and. Yeah, I got to surf Bells Beach with Lynn and Simon. I met Pam and all those people, and I ended up staying there for a year because I just, when you're traveling and you're young
When's
like
Sandy
that.
going to come back and pay this back, this loan?
Yeah, my mom got stuck with that one. But no, I go back in the summer and do. We didn't have surf schools yet, but we would rent bicycles to ride on the boardwalk, before hours, and they had some gigs going on on the beaches back then. Now I think it's all surf schools and stuff, but I worked in a little on the beach. You just sit on the beach and you rent out the bikes and even chairs for people to sit in, umbrellas. It's old school because now everybody goes to Costco, right, and buys
and throws it away.
The story with your mom is so heart-wrenchingly beautiful, and it just really reveals this kind of everything that it took, all the sacrifices that were made. And so when we think about the pioneers, it's not just you. There's a whole community and family of people that have also supported. I mean, I can't even imagine a single mom at that time taking out a loan, flying to Australia. I know how much Australia costs to fly today. I can't even imagine back then. Yeah. That is tremendous. Yeah. And then the vision that she had for you, and that kind of support. And in a time when people might not necessarily support their daughters because it's not a financial,
there was also
might not be a financial return to it.
Right. There was also no pro career. There was no
exactly.
Oh, well, this will get them into this whole career and lifestyle or industry. There was nothing like future in surfing, really.
No, we had nothing.
Goosebumps thinking about this. Yeah, this is tremendous.
I had no spiel to give her, That's why I know it was from her heart. It was I don't know, Mom, I just, I really want to do this. And I made a promise. She made me make a promise. You know what the promise was? I promised her that I would graduate from college and I would get a college degree, but I was going to do it when I was too old to compete. And, she bought that line. And I just, no, I think my mother, for her, she got to live the life she wanted to with me. Incredible amount of love from my mother. My mother and I had a really close bond. I miss her, but I can still sense her around some days. She had that kind of kind, loving spirit that it doesn't ever die. It's still there. It's the good. It's the good in the earth. And I see it in my friends sometimes, and I see it. And these are the people that I make my lifelong friends, and that's the real gift my mom gave me. Was not the loan. It was the gift to see and stay with the people that have that kind of love,
Right.
And
she showed you a pathway, and it happened to be through surfing, but it was everything that she was and the vision that she had for you and who she was as a person, how you connected to others who had that same spirit.
Exactly.
You saw that spirit in you.
Now, you left home at 16, though, and you went to Florida. to surf more. And
Yeah,
then
I
you
did.
found like amazing people there, like this woman, was it Mary with like
Mary
blue
Ann
dolphin
Hayes.
yeah,
Yeah.
blue dolphin clothing, right? Like
Right. Yeah, see, my mom really liked Marianne. She used to make my mom laugh so much. Marianne, have you ever met Marianne Hayes? She's really like a Sputnik, man.
how did that come about
Here's-
though?
Huh?
Like how
Here's
did that come
another-
about?
How did it go down? I'm sorry.
How
what
did
you
that
say?
come? How did that come about? Like, how did you go? Hey, Mom, I'm going to move to Florida at 16. Like,
Okay,
that's
so I was
wild.
a 16-year-old and a little sneaky about it, but it wasn't like I was going in some 16-year-old boy's van. No, I was not doing that. So the way it started, and you're right. I do need to repent to my mother for this, but we laughed about it later. So we were going. Here's how that journey started. There was a contest in Cape Hatteras, so we all got in the. I think Munker drove me, Barbie Bellier. There was actually
good old Munker.
Oh God. This
said,
name,
good
it's so
old
funny.
Munker.
Behind every surf story, there's always somebody with a name like that.
a nickname. So
Yeah.
the town of Ocean City, our group, everybody had to have a nickname. Mine was Snidely. I'm not going to extrapolate on that too much, but Barbie Bellier was, I don't know if you ever heard of her, but she actually was in the world. I'm hearing a plane. I'm hoping it's not me. But
Oh, it's mine. Sorry.
no, that's okay. That's all right. So Barbie Bellier was another person from our little hometown. She actually went to the world contest in Australia, like when she was probably 15 or 14 when she did that. It was that world contest that Sharon Weber won.
Oh wow.
We're gonna have to look it up. I don't have this one memorized,
Wow.
but we gave her a hometown parade when she got back and everything, like down Main
Wow.
Street. And
This would be like. Is this like when Rolf Arness won? Also, is that like 71 maybe?
I think it was earlier than that.
Earlier than
even.
that.
I think.
Okay, sorry.
Let me figure this. I can figure this out.
No. We don't have to. We don't
Wow.
No, so 69, maybe
Wow.
69 or 68.
Wow.
It was in. I could be wrong on the date, but the history is true, which is that she got third place. Sharon Weber won it, and I don't know who got second, but she came back from that. And now I kind of lost my train of thought. What was the
You
original
went to
question?
Cape Hatteras. You went to Cape
Oh,
Hatteras,
right.
and like to get to Florida, basically. You went
Right.
with Munker.
Lunker, Barbie, me, all of us. Wayne. There's a guy named Wayne Blizzard. We called him Zard. Everybody had nicknames. You're gonna love some of this. Barbie's nickname was Bubbles because she always bubbled around and stuff. Acted very bubbly personality. My brother's nickname was Locks because, please forgive me, Pete, but he used to have hair that was very curly and really long. So, he convinced my mom that it was the natural way to live, and she went along with that as well. So, but
That's great.
we called him Locks, so Locks Munker. So, yeah, if I had my brother with me, my mom would always let me go, So, I got to Hatteras, and we were competing with, that's the East Coast Championships, right? It was happening
Yeah.
there. Marianne was there, and then I guess there was this big snowstorm up in, like one of the first nor'easters of the winter, and I'm like, you know what? I can't live through another winter like this. My hair freezing and stuff. And I started calling my mom on the payphone on the roadside attraction or the gas station, wherever we were stopped. I was like, Mom, because Marianne had found this free place to live on the beach in Florida, right in Satellite Beach. And I went. First, she gave me permission, and I got down there. I was from Hatteras. I went with Marianne, that next leg. She had a van as well, because everybody who surfed had vans. And when I got there, I had tried to register for high school. So you had to have somebody that was 21 years old or older to be your guardian. So Marianne happened to be over 21. So I got registered for high school, and then I called my mom and I said, "Mom, I can finish high school down here." I think I broke her heart. I didn't not. Maybe that's for just that instance, but I was really good at convincing her and anybody, because I was telling the truth, which is that I wanted to surf in warmer weather.
No wetsuits back then.
Right? I promised her that I would finish school, and I did. I graduated. So, I always fulfilled my promises. So, and I still do that. I don't ever break my word with people. I don't like being. I can tell when people are trying to corner me, and you learn to read people when you travel at an early age. I think
Absolutely.
because you have to. I wouldn't recommend it now. I don't think it's safe to do what I did back then at all. But I was always with a group,
Yeah.
I was always with a group of people, and they weren't, on the internet looking for girls and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it was a different era in time.
When did you make the leap to Hawaii?
Wait, we're missing a part here. Road trip with brother Pete to California, La Jolla, which I heard was quite a spectacle of a trip.
Yeah.
Sorry, Karen. We're skipping over a really good story, I think, in here.
Yeah, I hope I can live up to the expectations, but I actually, we did a couple of trips across country. Are you talking about the first one? Like the
First
year,
one, yeah.
Yeah, we both, the year I graduated from high school, my brother graduated from college. That was another reason I wanted to move to Florida, because Pete had been accepted at FAU. So I was that's the same year I went to Florida. I really wanted to be around my brother, we had a really close bond, and I had never experienced life without my big brother. So I really didn't know, I was kind of scared of what it would be like, and I didn't, there's a lot of things. And anyway, I got to go, and he, sure enough, the year he graduated from college, I graduated from high school. I had flip-flops on when I went to the graduation ceremony. And we decided that we were going to come out west. I think everybody does. That's a surfer especially in the winter time and stuff.
Yeah.
And I had seen in the magazines the pictures of La Jolla, the lefts, these perfect lefts. So my brother and I, Barbie Bellier, I think there's one other person with us. So we drove around the clock. There was no such thing as get a hotel room and rest or anything like that. We had sleeping bags. There was always somebody that could drive, So we got out here in like record time. But there were a few roadside stops we did where they didn't like my brother's hair. The long hair didn't go over real well in some of those Midwestern gas stops and things. But when we got here, we kind of we found a place to live. Marianne and I started fixing dings at a surf shop around the corner from the apartment we were living in. It turns out it was a guy named Bill Andrews, and he ran the Pacific Beach Surf Shop, and it was there that I met, Joey Roper, Rusty. These guys were all just getting started making boards and glassing, and we would all. So Marianne and I had a little ding repair place behind the store, and then we could take breaks and surf at the end of the street. So I was like surfing with Rusty. I didn't even, he was just getting started out. He had started his first name of his brand was Music Surfboards. Yeah. And that was really, I love that because I had always played guitar with my brother and stuff. So, and then Bill Andrews, the guy who owned the store, he was like, you girls, you need to start surfing the reef breaks and blacks and stuff. And we're like, huh? And so we, he took us to all these places, and mostly he was a blacks guy. He had a key to get down there. I don't know if you're familiar with the walk, but
Yeah.
yeah. So